Men, I'm going to ask you to do something for me. Go and get a mirror. I know it's a strange request, but I want you to do it. Go and get a mirror. If you need to pause the video and then come back to it. But I want you to take the mirror and I want you to look into it. And again, I know this may be difficult. I spent many years without really looking in a mirror. But I found, when I finally did, that I was able to actually see myself in a way that I hadn't before. Because what I saw was that I hadn't actually been able to really love myself. And this is something that I see all over the place. And it's something that I think if you talk to women, you'll find that they are going to say the same thing, that generally men do not properly love themselves. What I'm going to ask you to do is look in that mirror, see the man in that mirror, look beyond all your fears, your complaints, your problems. Just see the man who's behind all of that, right there in front of you now. See the man who is enough, the man who is worthy, just because he is, not because he's the man he's supposed to be, the man he has to be, the man he's dreamed of being, not because he's the man that his father was, or his grandfather was, or his uncle was, not because he compares to the man that he's seen on the movie screen. Look in that mirror and see the man that you are right now. And if there's ever been another man that you've admired, I can guarantee one thing. That man believed in himself. And that's what I'm going to ask you to do today. Truly come to believe in yourself. Look in the mirror and believe in that scared man that you may see there, in that lonely man you may see there, in that knocked down, dragged out, broken open, lowly, gloriously gutsy man that you see there, that man who still got up this morning and did whatever it was that life called him to do. Because that's the man that we need. That's the man that the world is crying out for. That's the man that the world has been waiting to see. The man that you are. That call of the world, that call, we see that call everywhere around us. We hear that call in the newspapers and we see tales of the attacks, the destruction, the chaos, the degradation, the failure of leadership. All of these things are part of that call for man to rise up and truly take our place. And that's not a new call. That, I would say, is the ancient call to initiation. Initiation is beginning anew, making drastic changes and finding a new life. Whenever I first heard that call to initiation many years ago, whenever I began to answer that call, there were three men who showed up in my life. Three very different men. There was an Aboriginal elder, and a Native American elder, and a realized teacher. And they all had very different gifts that they offered me. But each one of them, in their own way, cracked me open, broke down my fears, opened me up to the truth of who I really was, underneath all of the shell, all of the many masks. Even before them, even before those three men, there were two other men who were a big part in my journey to manhood. And they were my father and grandfather, who were both plumbers. Now there's something very human and very basic about seeing a man get up all hours of the night and go and help someone service their septic tank. There's something that speaks to the truth of being a man and seeing a man up to his knees and his elbows in shit. And this is something that Seven Sons offers you, is the chance to find yourself up to your knees and your elbows in your shit, but with a way of clearing it, of doing something about it, and never ever being alone in it. Because I guarantee that there will be other men, myself included, up to our knees and our elbows in shit at the same time. And there is something about sharing that experience, sharing our own shit, that changes a problem from being a problem into being a source of unification and connection. That excruciating challenge, and there will be an excruciating challenge if you take part in Seven Sons, but that challenge will serve to unite all those men who experience it together. And then, and this is perhaps the most important part of the program, is that we all support each other in taking those gifts that we received at the far edge of ourselves and bringing them into our daily lives, bringing them home, bringing them to our work, bringing them to our relationships, the men and the women and the children of our lives. It's truly a case of changing the world by changing ourselves. So come along, sign up, and come on this year's Seven Sons journey. You will not regret it.